Yo, peoples! Qushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another iteration of Qushu Views Anime! Onwards to the next episode of One Piece, so let's get it started. So last we left off in the last episode of One Piece, Kaido basically showed that he had a whole nother side to his whole combat repertoire, which is an entirely different combat style whenever he's drunk. And it was actually kind of hilarious to see an incredibly drunk Kaido just fighting Luffy. And as a result, Luffy was the unfortunate victim of Kaido's increased strength during this strange drunken Dragon Bagua of his. Then we had the Gorosei show up. Talking about this fruit that hasn't awakened for centuries. A fruit that's a myth that's a legend to even them. And also talking about why did the world government give that particular devil fruit a different name. And then it also showed Zonisha showing up too. The destruction of the Alliance, fire up the will of the new generation. Third floor inside the castle. Are we back? We're back to it. Fukudo, Qushu, and Raizo. I feel like us dealing with Fukudo, Qushu, and Raizo went on just as long in the manga because we waited a long time. And mind you, these two individuals are still under the paralysis jutsu they put on each other. But Raizo is on fire. But this man says like, nah, I ain't letting you go. I'm not letting you go. Second floor inside the castle. Yo, let's go, Jinbei! I love this dude. I love Jinbei so much. Now we're cutting to the performance floor with Big Mom. Whew. Okay, Big Mom. She done powered herself up and she's just decimating everyone. And something's going on with Chopper. Chopper is back to normal. I feel like it's been forever since Chopper was in his chibi state. 20 to 30 bones broken. Zoro had 20 to 30 broken bones. And he still went on to fight King. That medicine he took was temporary. So you can imagine how Chopper feels. And there's Zoro. Oh, he's bleeding. Yo, the medicine is wearing off. That's a lot of blood. Stop moving. Stop flowing. That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood, Zoro. You kind of letting out way too much. Yeah, when you lose too much blood. Where is he? Where is Zoro? This is not Onigashima. What is this? Ooh. The animation for this sequence. Who else do you know is a giant skeleton in a black hood wielding a giant scythe? Billy and Mandy know who this is. It's the Grim Reaper. Right brain tower inside the dome. Zoro and Frankie. Crawl space, first floor inside the castle. We got Frankie making his way over to where Zoro is. I cannot wait for this man to get some actual upgrades in the story. I really can't wait. But now we got Izo. Remember, last time we saw Izo, he was, covering Usopp, Kinemon, and Kiku's rear when they were escaping. Izo's so tired, he couldn't even dodge getting stabbed. But he still took that man out, though. I don't know why I'm laughing at this, but I find it funny how he just holds his gun up. He already made the decision of killing these dudes. Ooh. Okay, the artistry, like the shading of... This reminds me of V for Vendetta. When V faced off against Mr. Creedy, and when he was done, he was left bleeding, going across the wall. That's what... Yo... I like the touch of how the blood spots from Izo didn't look like regular blood spots that we've seen in this series, but actually like red ink blots that you would get from water paints. And now Izo's face to face with CP0! Wow, they don't want to go up against Izo? They're basically like, we know what you've done. We can't let that slide, but we're not here for you. We gotta deal with Straw Hat. Yo, Izo, what you gotta say to CP0? They're going after Luffy. What you doing? What you doing, Izo? Armory, basement of the castle with Yamato. And Yamato's making his way down to the basement. You know, the place where all the bombs are. And the Kazembo's almost there. If the Kazembo touches it, we're all dead. Everyone's dead. Why doesn't Yamato just change into his dog form and just go straight towards it? Okay, Yamato out here freezing the whole area, including the bombs. Ooh, Mahoroba! A solid frozen hit. And it actually did something to Kazembo a little bit. Now Yamato's getting burned. And now we cut back to the performance floor. And the only people who are here are Big Mom, Kid, and Law. Yep, there he is. Yo, Law couldn't even move, and Big Mom got him! And even Kid is not exempt from getting hit. Woo! This is basically Big Mom in her Super Saiyan form right now. Woo! Furugora! And the whole area just implodes. There's just something about big, ridiculously large attacks in anime. It's like, ooh. It just makes you feel like, ooh. The crews of Kid and Law are running up, but I don't think it's a good idea for you to be running up on Big Mom. But even Big Mom is getting tired after all this fighting. Uh-oh, Big Mom wants to go to the rooftop. If Big Mom gets up there with Kaido, things are not gonna go well for Luffy. Oh, we got Chrome. Anesthesia! Woo! 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 Okay, Law! Shock Will! And this time it's in through her body and her face! And Big Mom is down! It's one thing to get a shockwave that hits your organs on the inside. It's another to have that same attack also go through your face, so shockwaves are going through your head too. Not even those steel beam homies can withstand Kid's powers. It's some of these powers are just so ludicrously broken in the world of One Piece. Okay, Kid, I know what you got, but let's see it. Punk Carnadio! Woo! 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 And it's just a giant mechanical bull. Even if it means death, we won't let you go to the rooftop. Woo! On the next episode of One Piece, recapping fierce fights, the Countercharge Alliance versus Big Mom. All right, another recap episode I can skip. All right, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of One Piece. It was okay. There wasn't anything too extravagant about this episode, save for the moments between Law and Kid and Big Mom. Of course, we had the moment with Yamato using his breath in order to freeze over the bombs before the Kazembo could get to it. And Chopper returning back to his normal size. So I honestly feel like even though there were a couple of cool moments that maybe go like, ooh, it's like the shock, like the chrome and the anesthesia going straight through Big Mom's face. I thought it was cool when I saw it in the manga episode, but seeing it in animation, I thought that was cool too. So it's really just a setup episode. So before we get to that, we have to go through another recap episode. So since we're already done with Sanji's fights, I think, did we do a recap of Sanji's fights or was it just Zoro's fights? I don't think we did a recap of Sanji's fights because I think we spent more time with Zoro than Sanji. But now we're getting a recap of Law and Kid fighting against Big Mom. And like I do with the rest of the recap episodes, I see no point in me going through those until we get to the next episode. So that means next Saturday, I get a break. But also, after tomorrow's chapter of One Piece, we are also going to be going on a month-long break until Oda is fully recovered from his upcoming eye surgery. So there's that. But overall, it was okay. It was an okay episode. I'm not going to be saying like another great episode of One Piece because I know I tend to say that a lot sometimes. But this was just another regular episode. Nothing too big out there save for the moments with Law and Kid versus Big Mom. That was about it. But overall, it was just like a It's a setup episode with the recap supposed to be setting us up for the next string of fights. So let's just go over the people we have left. We have Kaido and Luffy up top. We have Big Mom versus Law and Kid. We have Fukudo Kujo versus Raizo. And then also we have Izo, who was like, actually, you know what? Out of all the things that happened in this episode, the moment with Izo was by far one of the best moments. Yeah, that moment with Izo where he's just still fighting. And even after getting stabbed, he still managed to gun down all these people. And then he confronts CP0. So we're going to have to see where it goes from there. I feel like that moment with CP0, and even maybe that moment with Zoro where he sees the Grim Reaper, I think those were some of the more better parts of the episode, especially Izo's part. The lighting and the way everything looked aesthetic-wise with that moment with Izo I thought it was better done than a lot of the animation throughout the rest of this episode. Specifically, when you see him bleeding, he puts his hand on the wall, and then you see his handprint, and he's dragging it, and the way it looks like you put a hand on the wall, your hand's all bloody, that's deep, but then when you start dragging it, then the blood is very faint. Just the way that the artistry and design was done, and then the way his blood was dripping on the ground looked like deep red water paint type looks rather than the regular blood spots that we would normally see throughout the episode. But overall, pretty regular episode where it did have some of its moments, but not every moment. Not as big as Drunken Dragon Bagua, but it had some of its moments. So, like I said, regular episode. You guys let me know what you thought of this episode. I'm going to go ahead and get this ready for you guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later peoples!